Hey everyone, welcome to Friday Night Live number 182. I am Crystal. If you're new or a returning Yarny Cat, welcome. So if you are watching the replay, please hit the like button and leave a comment down below. And if you are here with me currently live, please leave me a comment in the chat. Let me know you're here and hit the like button as well. So welcome in everybody. Let me get rid of this ad. We had Kel's Crochet Corner stop in early, and she says, "Hi Crystal, I left my thummy gift wrapped with a bow for you on your doorstep, just in case I don't make it tonight. I will try my best to be there though. Hugs, Kel." Thank you, Kelly. Welcome in GanniJo. She says, "Hi Crystal, big hugs to Crystal, Patricia, and everyone coming in the chat." Aw, hugs back to you, GanniJo. Welcome in Angela Wright. Angela says, "Hi Crystal and everyone in the chat. How are y'all doing today? I am doing fine today. Drinking water, working on another crochet hook case." She sent me a picture of it and it looked really, really nice. She did a really good job on it. Mimi Tammy, welcome in. I owe you a crow or goat sound effect for the Cash App that you sent. So thank you so much. She says, "Hi Crystal and each of you, my sweet friends watching on the TV." Hi Desi, welcome in. You made it. She says, "Howdy do's to Crystal, Patricia, hello, and all our chat friends this evening." Welcome in MichelleJ, CrochetingDogMom. Welcome in Sally Stevens. Welcome in Jen's Hobby Nook. Welcome in Dina Cabaz. Oh, my chat just jumped. I knew it was fixing to do that when it stalled. Desi says, "I started an acrylic painting today. It's been a minute for sure. I didn't get that far because of back issues, Lord willing. I'll get back I'll get back at it tomorrow." Well, good for you. Sorry you were having back problems. I know all too well what that's like. Welcome in Mateo. Aw, thank you so much, GanniJo, for the super chat. And yes, Mimi Tammy, I did. You're in the book. I wrote you down. And GanniJo's message says, "Happy Friday, everyone." Oh, I need to turn the page. Hold on. GanniJo. Got you down. Thank you so much. Let's see, Desi. I bet it will be beautiful. Good luck working on it tomorrow, Jen says. Welcome in, Diana Crane. Nope, you're not late. We've only been live about 3 minutes and some odd seconds, so you're still at the very beginning. Well, it jumped again. Welcome in, M. Hain, Mary. At least I'm not far from the bottom. Welcome in, Lisa Gillette. She says, "Good evening, everyone. I made it. I'm watching on TV lurking. Hope you all are well. XOXO. Hugs and kisses back." Welcome in, Noelle. She says, "Hi, Crystal, and all in the chat. Happy Friday." Hi, Roseann Alexander. Welcome in. Lisa says, "Happy, kind, fun, relaxing Friday." And there's Wanda, Navy Mommy. She says, "Hi, Crystal. I received my package today." That quick? I think I just sent it out Monday. "The shawl is more gorgeous in person. Thank you very much, and thank you, GanniJo." Oh, well, you are very welcome. I'm glad you like it, and hopefully you're not allergic to wool, because that's what it's made out of my hand spun yarn, and GanniJo crocheted it up. So the goat should do notification sounds for us, Diana says. That is fine, Sally. I know you do talk to your grandson on Fridays, so if you do happen to leave, I understand. Hi, Jessica Johnson. Welcome in, and welcome in Deborah Richardson. Mama Winch, Mary Ann, welcome in. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Hi, Kimberly Otterson. Welcome in. I don't think I missed anybody. I'm on live chat, so that's good. So I've been doing a lot of crocheting today on the dog. I got the front legs done yesterday, sewed them on this morning, did the head and the neck piece, sewed those on, and I did the ears and one of the spots that is on the back, and have not sewed the ears or the spot on. I'm doing well. Do pop-up lives more than anything else at this point in time. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. What about Grandma Wanda? She passed away? Oh my God. I haven't heard that. Oh my goodness. No wonder she had been MIA. She must have been really sick. I had noticed for the last few months that she had been not doing videos and not coming to lives as much. Good gosh. Everybody say a prayer for her daughter. Or I read Sally's comment, her daughter posted on our channel, say a prayer for the whole family. That's got to be very, very tough. Oh my God. I'm trying not to cry. I had been wondering. My goodness. Wow. I'll have to go and comment on that post. Pay my respects. At least I'm not wearing mascara if I do end up crying. It's not gonna face. She was very sweet, Noelle. She was very, very sweet, very kind. That was a shock to my system. I had no idea. Definitely prayers for her family. Hi, Cricket. Welcome in. Man. Anyway, I don't know what to say. Aww. Noelle says her family will cherish all the stockings she made for each of her family members. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Jen, for posting that. I'm gonna open that in a new tab and I'm gonna bookmark it. You know, and I think it was last month, I had went and commented on one of her posts asking if she was okay. And I never got a reply. And so maybe that's why she had been sick or something. I mean, of course I don't know what is going on or what had been going on is what I mean. Hi Margie, welcome in. But yeah, so sad. Oh, and I just found out James Earl Jones died like in September of last year. I didn't know that. I had been watching, no, I watched a movie. I watched the newest Lion King, Mufasa. Well, it's not that new. It came out in like last year. But, and then I saw where it said at the beginning, in memory of James Earl Jones. And I'm like, what? And I didn't look it up. But today, I have been watching a series on Disney Plus. Hi, Don Laval. And it was Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I love, I actually been pronouncing his name wrong. I used to say Ewan McGregor. It's Ewan McGregor, who played Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I had never watched the series. So I've been watching that. And it has James Earl Jones voicing Darth Vader. And so I had looked that up today and I found out he died end of last year in September. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that. I was like, huh. Well, yeah, but I don't think he did that one. For the movie Mufasa, he they dedicated the movie Mufasa to him. But I don't think he actually did the voice. Now, in the original Lion King and animated one, I think in 94 or 95, he voiced that one. And I think he did a voice in 2019 for one of them. So yeah, that's just sad. He had such a distinct voice. You could always tell it was him. Just like Sean Connery had an iconic voice. Mama Kayla did a tribute to Wanda. Oh, that is so sweet of her to do. I'll have to go check that out too. Wow. Um, yeah, I've just been crocheting a lot today. I haven't even spun any yarn, and I don't think I did any yesterday, so just been crocheting. But I'm almost done with the third dog, so as soon as I get done, I think I gotta do, so on the ears, it had 2 spots on its back. I gotta crochet one of the other spots and do the tail. Then I'm done. So then I'll get to spinning the yarn for the live yarn sale, which I'll have time. As long as I do 2 a day, it'll take me a week. So what's everybody been working on? What y'all been up to? Hi, Angie Boo Honda. Welcome in. Oh, you're still working on the drunken granny baby blanket? You about halfway or almost done? I finished my mom's blanket. I'll have to put it on the Facebook page. Awesome. I'll look forward to seeing it. Speaking of projects, next month in May is Yarny Cat Spotlight. So if you do have any finished projects, you can either submit them in my Facebook group or send them to my email. I believe it's the second or third Thursday that I'll be doing Yarny Cat Spotlight. I'm just going to say the third Thursday. I don't know. Don't remember what dates. So I'll just say the third Thursday of May. Let's see. Desi says, put crocheting on hold just for a little bit so I could jump back into acrylic painting some. That's fine. I've taken, you know, time sometimes, like when I was into diamond painting, I did that for a long time, but and kind of put crochet aside, and then spinning yarn, I've kind of put crochet on the back panel, back burner, I mean. But so I understand. Oh, you're doing the border now, so you're almost done. Great, Margie. Yeah, we'd love to see it. Everybody's saying they'd love to see your work, Desi, and also the blanket that you'll finish for your mom, Michelle. It's been blackberry season here, and I've been picking. Let's see. Yesterday was the fourth day. I did not do any picking today, so 4 days, and I've gotten one and about a half gallon of berries. Plus, there's 3 in the freezer from last year. Actually, 3 sandwich bags from last year. And I'm getting prepped to make jam. I was going to do jelly, but it would be a little easier and take out a step doing jelly. With jelly, if y'all don't know, y'all have to strain berries and the seeds and all that with a cheesecloth. And with jam, you don't do that. You just smush up the berries and then cook it that way. So I'm going to make some hot pepper jam. I have tons of habaneros and lemon drop, and there's another kind of pepper in the freezer that I grew not last year, but the year before. So I'm excited. I've helped my grandmother before make jelly in the past, so I still kind of remember, but I've already gotten a recipe, and I have a curbside order to pick up tomorrow with the Sure Gel and the sugar, and I already have 12 jars in here, so I'm probably Sunday I'm thinking about starting. But I gotta unfreeze the berries, so I don't know. It might be Monday when I do it. I was thinking about filming it. What do y'all think? Would y'all want to see? I would not film the whole time. I would film bits and pieces. So if y'all are interested, I might record a video. Well, yeah, y'all would be interested? Awesome. Okay. Well, I will record bits and pieces, splice it together, make a video, and go from there. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Now, I made, not last year, but the year before, I grew a lot of, or was it the year before that? I don't remember. These years have run together, but I had made pickles. Never again am I going to do that because that was a lot. I'm like, what? Um, but yeah, it was, I was trying to make hot pickles. They didn't even turn out hot, so I didn't use that was when I found out that the habaneros were really hot. Well, I should have used more. So this time I'm gonna taste test the habaneros and jelly or jam mixture, the blackberry mixture, before I put any gel in it to see if it's hot enough or not. Because I know the sugar will kill the heat to the peppers. Welcome in, Chuck. Please don't take away any of my drawing tickets. I would never. Nobody they can be put in the giveaway, but they can't be taken out. So you're good, Chuck. Well, thank you everybody for your feedback. I will definitely make a video. Um, I'll try to make it not too long, so I'll just kind of film, little snippets here and there, kind of showing progress of what we're doing and everything. Love pickles, but they hate the smell of canning them. Yeah, I can understand that. I'm listening as I do laundry and working on a new shawl with some bougie yarn I bought from Dee when she did her Stash sale last year. Oh, awesome. Let's see. Do you can or do the wax on top for jam? I remember my mom always using wax. Never have made jelly or jam. What we do is you have to sterilize the jars, and then when the mixture, jam or jelly mixture, is ready to go in the jars, you leave about a 1/4 inch headspace at the top, and then you tighten the lid, and it's a metal lid seal, and then you have the ring. You tighten that down, and then you water bath it for like 10 minutes. And then you take it out carefully and let it set for 24 hours. And once it pops, that means it's sealed. So we don't use a pressure cooker. We have for like when my grandmother canned carrots and yams and stuff like that, but you don't usually have to use a pressure cooker. You just water bath them. Get the water hot, boiling, and you boil it for so many minutes. And then you take them out, let them set. Usually 24 hours. You don't move them, don't nothing, you just let them set. What's this I'm hearing about spicy jam? Yep, I am going to be making some hot pepper blackberry jam. I have helped my grandmother in the past make blackberry jelly because every year we have tons of wild blackberries growing around. So I always go get them. Why waste nature's harvest, So I go and pick, and then, you know, wash them, let them set, get the bugs and stuff to float out of them. And then once they are ready, I go and put them in the freezer. So, and then just save them. My sis always said that the popping was the best part. Yeah, because you know it's sealing. Count the pops, and then you know that you have them sealed. This reminds me to make some cowboy candy. Ah, I opened your beautifully hand-spun yarn on my live last night. Everyone loved them. I also mentioned I went crazy on your last yarn sale. I gotta confess, I was lurking. I didn't say anything. I watched you open it, and I feel so bad because Diane Major said she had no elastic thing on the pom-pom. I was like, I need to check the stuff before I just put it in a bag and ship it. I feel so bad. Because otherwise I wouldn't have put that one in there, you know? I was just trying to get things packaged. My grandmother actually was sitting on the other couch on the other side of the room, and she had a bag of the pom-poms. I'm making out the cards, and she puts the pom-pom in the thing, or I do, one of us did, and then we seal it up, you know? So I did not know. But yeah, it's there is ways she can still use it. She's like, "How do I use a pom-pom without an elastic thing?" And I'm like, "Well, you can take a sewing needle and thread and sew it to the hat, you know." Thank you, Desi. As a child, I hated canning season. It was a lot of work, but we canned a lot of different vegetables, made salsa and sauces, and fruit was frozen or canned. Yeah, yeah. I've always helped my grandmother make jelly, as long as I can remember. Never feel bad about anything. Thank you, GanniJo. I still kind of do. I mean, I that makes me think in the future when I put stuff in, check it, make sure it works right. Now the pins, do I have one? No, I don't have one like it, but with these pins that have the multiple, what I usually do is I check. I do like this with the pins and make sure that they actually will work and click, you know. I don't write with them, of course, not to use the ink, but yeah. Um, Candied jalapenos is what cowboy candy is. Um, I love canning season, preserving my harvest. Exactly, exactly. That's why I have so many peppers in the freezer, preserving them all summer. Work the garden. Yep. Your salsa never works to last very long. Yeah, I can understand that. Salsa is awesome. And GanniJo has been a member for 31 months. Holy cow. She goes, yep, yep, yepers. Thank you so much, GanniJo. Wow, 31 months. Dizzy says, I've never canned a day in my life. Some people may not enjoy that, you know. I mean, it is a lot of work. It's like an all day thing. Now, jelly and jam, jelly takes longer than doing jam because jam, what you do, because it has the actual berry in it, you just smush those up with like a potato masher, and then you just boil it, and then you add the sugar and all that kind of stuff. With jelly, you have to strain, so you only get juice. Uh, so that's an extra step that I just don't want to do this time. And Mama don't eat anything hot, so it's all mine. Yeah, Dina, I can understand that. There's some people that can't tolerate heat. My grandmother's one of them. Um, it she can't stand the heat, and plus it would tear her stomach up, I think. Canning is a good thing to do on bad weather days. Yeah, as long as you don't lose power and you have to use a pressure cooker. Well, if you have propane, that's you could still do it, but we have an electric stove. So when power goes out in the middle of making jelly or canning, we go to a halt. So yeah, same here. I like a lot of heat, but um, not to where you can't enjoy it. Like if your mouth is like burning, like when I tasted the little piece of the habanero that one time, no. Um, so I'm going to be very careful with the habaneros. That's why I want to taste it before I actually get the sheer gel going in there. I want to see if it'll be hot or not too hot. You prefer jam over jelly? Me too. I mean, well, depends on what I'm eating it on. Toast, I like jelly. Or biscuits, I like jelly. But like on crackers, I don't mind jam. So, one habanero is hot enough for one full pot of chili. Yeah, but the thing you've got to remember, Chuck, when you add sugar, it takes heat away. So all that sugar, if I only put 2 habaneros in for one batch of 5 jars, it may not be hot in the end because of the sugar taking the heat away. So, but yeah, for chili, one would definitely be enough. Yes, trouble stomach pains with hot or spicy things. Yes, I can understand that. Um, my mom also don't tolerate heat real well. She likes hot stuff, she just can't tolerate it. I think it messes with her gallbladder, if I'm remembering correctly. When it makes my mouth numb, it's too hot for me. Same here. I like the heat and I like when it makes you sweat a little bit because it's hot, but not to where it ruins it, you know. Hi, Demetra, welcome in. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that adventure sometime in the next couple of days. I made some spicy pickles and it turned out to be super hot. And see, when I made pickle relish actually. Um hi Melanie J, welcome in. When I made pickle relish, I put 2 habaneros for I think 12, I think it was 12 jars, smaller jars, but it was 9 pounds of cucumbers. Was not hot at all. I was very disappointed it didn't come out hot. I was wanting spicy, but no, it did not come out hot at all. That's why I want to check the jam to make sure, you know, after you add the sugar or something, if it taste test it. I finally convinced my son to always check for grape jam and not jelly. And I'm not a big grape person. That's why I always like when we have homemade blackberry jelly. I bought some last year from the farmer's market. That was blueberry jelly. First time I ever had blueberry. That one was really, really good. And I'd like to make I'd like to make some garlic jelly. Now that comes out just like a spreadable jelly, but with garlic flavor. When you put that on toast, like, oh my God, it tastes just like garlic bread. Oh, I loved it. I found it in Louisiana years ago. And then one person here made it locally because we kept asking. It was not as strong, but it was still good. And homemade syrup, yummy. Blueberry and my grandma made peaches, yum, garlic jelly. Jen loves blueberry jam. Huckleberry jam. I've never actually had huckleberry jam. Never heard of garlic jelly. It's not widely known. And you don't want chunks of garlic in it. You just want the concentrated juice. So you need a lot of garlic to make it. When you take a tiny taste of the garlic jelly, it's gonna burn your throat. But when you put it with butter on bread, oh, man, that is so good. Apple butter. Huckleberry jam and syrup is good. I put garlic on everything. I actually really like garlic. Um, I used to cut up little cloves of garlic, put it in tuna fish. I would grate garlic and put it on sandwiches. I love garlic. I love onion too. Sometimes I would eat onion and garlic, just little pieces by themselves. Apple butter. Don't you like apple butter? What is that one that you like? Starts with an M. Mama loves mayhaw jelly. Sorry, Desi. I know when we get stuck on food, it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm making everybody hungry. Or want to barf because some people don't like garlic, you know. This channel always makes me hungry. Well, sorry, Noelle. I mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Oh, pickled garlic makes a great snack. Never tried pickled garlic. We need to pickle some garlic. No, I just meant me and you. I didn't say you need to. Hi, Pam Hunter. Welcome in. How are you? The grape jam is for the girls. I keep apple butter. Okay. Yeah. Well, Lisa's hungry now. Sorry. I I'm just excited after, you know, getting enough to do the jam with. I'm like, yay! I've been wanting to do this for a few months and I've been waiting until this season of blackberries come around and now I think I finally got enough and I'm like, I think I can make about 14 jars if I get maybe a little more. It depends on one of the recipes I found. You need 5 cups of blackberries, which will yield 7. Was it half pint or pint? Half pint jars. So it would make 14 half pint. It's a good thing. Dinner time ideas. So good. Hi, Dawn and Hannah. I made rose petal jam. It's really good. Taste berries, not what expected. Also made violet jelly. Interesting. Is it made from the little where the rose comes out, the little rosebud, not rosebud, is it called a hop on a rose? Rose hip, rose hip, rose hip. Is it made from the rose hip? Hops. I was thinking barley and hops or something like that. Name game, half pint, little house on the prairie. Oh, you use the petals. I've never heard of it done that way. I know you can eat rose petals. Interesting. Dawn and Halla made jam using the petals. My grandmother's asking, was it good? How about butternut bread? You like butternut bread? Zucchini bread is good. She don't remember if she's had it, and I don't think I've had it. So But we've had butternut squash. But she says butternut tree. My grandparents had. Michael Landon. Aw. Thank you so much, GanniJo, for future fiber bucket. Big bear hugs, everyone. Aw. Let's go for Crow. Where are you from, Crystal? I'm in Texas. I hear a slight draw. Born and raised in Texas, Desi. Still live in Texas, so. See, and I don't hear it. I'm turning red. Thank you, GanniJo. Thank you, Dina. Got you down, Dina. Banana bread. You had to have like 5 to 10 bags of butternuts to make. Oh, okay. It was very good. Dawn and Hala says the rose jam. I didn't have the right canning stuff, so it came out as syrup. My grandkids loves it. Well, I mean, that would still work, you know. I think that would still work. Use it as a syrup on pancakes. Yeah. Noel, I think I've made people want to can and bake. Noel says, does anyone have a sudden urge to can or bake? I do. Yes. Yep, you spotted the draw, Desi. You want to can some peaches? Mama goes, now you talking. Yeah, peach jelly. Don't have it too often, but that is something different and very good. Homemade ice cream, yeah. I remember when I was probably about 10 in school, and one of the teachers did this, like a can of something. I don't remember. And then it was like you had rock salt around that can in a bigger can. And I remember us rolling it across the floor. And it made ice cream. I mean, I remember us I think I was in like 4th grade. That's a long time ago. That's all I kind of remember. But yeah, that was kind of fun. I mean, I don't know how any other way. I should have said, well, kiss my grins, referring to Flo. Mama, somebody's telling you, kiss my grits. Remember Desi, the one that said you sound like Flo? Oh, you remember doing that in school, Jen? Oh, your grandparents had a hand crank. Cool. Grandpa put a drill on it. Make it go quick. And so you don't tire your arm out, I guess. Yeah. Love peaches, but not the fuzz. Peel them. Peel the peach fuzz off, or the outer part. I was a produce manager for 17 years. That's a lot of fuzz. like a knitting machine. Ah. You remember making butter in the 5th grade? Oh, that's pretty cool, Melanie J. I know that's a lot of work too. Hi, Serena. Welcome in. Have you ever made your own butter? Mama's made her own butter. We used to have somebody that lived by us when we had goats. She also had goats, and I think she used to make goat cheese. Oh, Mama had a cow when she was growing up. Yes. Desi says, I can't stand the feel of the outer part of the peach. That's why I never ate them as a child. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard or biting down on a fork. She says you can boil a peach a little bit and the skin should slide right off. Oh, Noelle, you made butter and Girl Scouts and ice cream. Awesome. You can now buy a plastic round container that makes ice cream and you kick it around like a soccer ball. Interesting. So no sitting there rolling it constantly.
Actually, skim off if I remember right, I'm
the same thing with me. I don't remember what ingredients, but I remember a can and then rock salt around that, and then in
the
a
homemade
bigger
ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did that in 4th grade.
Yeah. Oh, we used to do it a lot. Well, it can, but no, the butter you can just use just a big fruit jar.
Mm-hmm.
You skim off the cream after it sets, and you skim that off. You put it in a fruit jar, and you just keep shaking and rolling and shaking and rolling that fruit jar, and you can put salt in it if you want to, and it will make butter. Oh. I remember doing it that way.
I have an electric ice cream maker. I love it. Aw, awesome, Desi. Hi, Kim G. Welcome in. I tried making homemade bread once. It turned out hard as a rock. I gotta confess, I am not big on homemade bread. Any kind of bread, actually. Now, Violetta makes a nice. It tastes to me like it's store bought. It don't taste like it's homemade. That's why I like Violetta's. But I am not a bread person at all. So when my mom or my grandmother makes homemade bread, I normally don't eat it. But yeah, there's a certain way you have to do it, GanniJo, for it to not get hard as a rock. She says, I tried making homemade bread once and it turned out hard as a rock.
Okay. Either did she use yeast? She didn't let the yeast rise.
Either you have to let the yeast rise long enough,
or your yeast was too old,
or the yeast was too old. Welcome in, Diane Major. Welcome in, Kendra, and welcome back, Sally.
They know I'm baking right now. I'm making muffins and cake for that place.
I'm doing good, Diane. Jen says Jen and Sally both love making homemade bread. Yeah. had a bread maker, got rid of it. So much easier to buy a loaf. Yeah, I can understand that. Cold frozen butter for pie dough. We're on the way, Miss Pat, Diane says.
Oh, well, let's see.
Blueberry and chocolate chip muffins so far. And a yellow cake. Noelle also says, on my way, Patricia. Well, just come on down, she says. Demetra has been a member for 15 months. She says, happy Friday, everyone. Thank you so much. Diane, I just want you to know I'm sorry about the pom-pom. I was lurking yesterday in GanniJo's live. I didn't say anything, and I really wanted you to know that I did not inspect the pom-poms. We just, when we were packaging it up after the live sale, we just put in. And so if I had known yours did not have an elastic thing, I would have not put it in there. But if you have like a needle and thread, you can still sew it to the hat. Okay. So yeah. But I'm sorry about that. I did not know that. Welcome in, Karen JSP. Oh, Diane says, I'll show. You okay? Lunch meat fell out of the fridge. But Diane says, I'll show Miss Pat how to make Italian Easter egg bread and sausage bread. Jen says, yum, I'm on the way too. I love homemade bread. She does. Noelle says, I'll be there in a week. Long drive from Wisconsin. She says, come on down. Pack a lunch for on the way. Aw, thank you so much, Kendra. Warning, screaming goat. You know, I heard that actual sound on a commercial yesterday, and I laughed. I was like, what? That's my goat. I got you down, Kendra. Thank you so much. I thought you sent me a tribble. Hey, you could pretend it. Or what else you could do is hot glue it to the hat. That will hold mostly. But maybe what you might do is cut the palm, the hair on the palm real short, and then hot glue it to the hat in that bare spot. I think it would hold better. But yeah. Diane says we can share bread recipes. Her excitability. Desi says, I can barely hear Pat, just a little, but I hear her excitability.
Oh, yeah, we can make giant biscuits.
Oh, thank you so much, Margie. Oh, and we achieved the goal. Woohoo! I'm trying to scroll up to thank you so much, Margie. I actually wrote you down as Margie instead of Arrow Lover. I'll put Arrow Lover next to you. All your other entries in the bag says Arrow Lover, and I write you in my book as Margie because I just called you Margie. Oh, thank you so much, Noelle. Hi, Flower Tammy, welcome in. Momo says we're making her hungry and she can't even have it. All right, so since we hit the goal, we're going to be drawing an extra 10 names. So that is 15 names total tonight. Almost says start drawing. It'll be a while. Actually, I think yours was under the limit, but you'll still be in there, Margie. You're determined to make diet bread. I don't know. I need to go on a serious IBS diet. Not kidding. Let me know if you have good results, GanniJo. How about the cloud bread? That is always around. Yeah, what's cloud bread? I think the Arrow Lover, it had to be a $2 super chat this time. But you'll still be in there. So it's a diet bread that's made with egg whites, and that's where the name Cloud comes from. Oh, it's very fluffy. Okay. Have you ever made a bread that's fluffy with egg whites? She'll have to think about it. She don't know. It's always all over Facebook. Ah, well, I've never seen it. So you're very welcome, Arrow Lover. Even and thank you also. Ooh, crepes. Yeah. I like crepes. What do I always get when we go to IHOP? I usually try to go for the crepes when they have those the one with the fruit on them and the glaze and different stuff. No, it's they had like the Cinnabon crepes. I got those a few times. Ah, less carbs and keto bread. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I missed what you said. Let me know if you have good results. That's not it. I read that one. It was funny. My son went to grab the pin again, and I said, "Oh heck no!" I said, "Here, have a tribble," and threw it at him. Well, I'm glad you got your pin. Sorry, sometimes I do miss comments, but I try to read everybody's comments, and sometimes I just accidentally overlook one with Nightbot all in there. Mama says it's gonna get loud for a minute, so just ignore the noise. Colorado omelet. Ooh, I like omelets too. I said, not happening. He said, but they can be bookends. He's a character. FYI, I collect pins, you guys. Aw. Yeah, so do I. I write a lot, of course, but I used to do a lot of poetry when I was younger, and then a couple of times I've lost my poems, so I kind of quit writing. Used to write stories. I used to write a lot by hand, but just right here in this little thing I have by my computer, pens. And this one ain't even open yet, but it's a scented pen. But that's 3, 4, 5, 6 right here, plus one I'm using. So, and then I have more in my room. But yeah, that's just right here by my computer. So if one runs out, I can grab another. But I have gone through pens like crazy. Hiding your pen. Yeah, that one Katie had given me. Not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, and it has a little cat, and then it has little, hold on, little kitties in there, and they're not there. And it has glitter, kind of like a little lava. There's one of the little kitties. She gave me another one too. It glows in the dark, and she gave me 3 pens, kind of like that. I'm a huge tablet and pens fan. First aisle I always go to in the store. GanniJo got one and didn't even realize it. Desi's freaking out over the kitty pen. OMG, OMG, OMG. Is this? Yeah, this is a Bic. I'm using this one right now. Just normal. I got this one actually out of the building, and Mama had a couple of packs of these, and I said, I need a few of those. With the 5 or so colors in them, I have them all over. Yeah, this is, I don't think it's a Bic. Weevil is who makes it, but I got it at Dollar General, I think half price. So originally $1 and it was 50 cents, but it's a scented rainbow pen. So each color, you know, like the blue probably smells like blueberries, the pink smells like watermelon, the, I guess oranges. I don't know. I didn't even notice that it was scented until I got it home. I'm like, oh. Hi, Tracy Hoover. Welcome in. You have like 15 pins by you right now. Yeah, when I'm in my room by my other computer that I do all my channel stuff on, there's a little thing like this by maybe like that, and it's half full of pins. So believe me, Crystal. What about this one? It's a little lion, and you know what? It lights up. You have random pins all over too, Deborah. Yeah, you never know when you'll need one. I actually have a cup over there that has a few. I have 2 places in my room that has a few. So yeah. Your bird pin, she opened the package last night and was like, oh, it's a thingamajig or something like that. I said, no, it's a pin. Yeah. GanniJo, it's a writing pen. A flamingo writing pen. Or was it not? No. It's, yeah, it was the other one with the little clip. Blue Bic is your favorite? I'll take what she has. Wish people would write letters or notes again. I had so much pretty stationery, and I finally gave it all away. Aw. You like the lion one? I thought it was a cute critter, but Diane said it was a pin, and sure enough, I took the feet off, and there was a pin. Noelle says, I love that one too. Now I already am addicted to yarn and soon pins. I have always had a thing about pins for some reason. But I always, even if I could write on a computer or type up a story or something like that or write a poem, I would always grab pen and paper. But that's what I grew up in using school. I didn't grow up with a computer in school, so not like today's kids. They get little laptops to do all their homework on. I had to do physical paper and write, and so I'm just so used to writing.
When I was in elementary, I had a big Chief tablet and a number 2 big fat pencil like carpenters use today.
Yeah.
I remember having to have a bottle of ink with a pen to suck it up in there when I was in 3rd grade. We learned how to do cursive.
Mm-hmm.
None of them probably had to use bottle ink and something.
Well, majority of them are a little older than me,
but they didn't
but younger.
And then
they might have.
We thought we were uptown when we got these ink cartridges that you could drop into a different kind of pen instead of having to suck the ink bottle. Can you imagine 2nd and 3rd graders with a bottle of ink on the desk? Think about it. Oh my God, kids are drinking.
Yep, old-fashioned schooling.
Yeah, but I can still do
Deborah said I had those big Chief tablets too.
There you go.
My penmanship used to be beautiful, and now I have become shaky within the last few months or so, and it's horrible. I can understand that. And nobody can write cursive anymore. My brother, he's 27 or 28, and he can't even write his name in cursive.
He can't read notes when I say take out the trash.
My brother can't read cursive.
And that was so easy.
I can. Certain words, depending on handwriting and everything, I can read it, but I might have trouble with 1 or 2 words.
They don't teach spelling. They
Yeah.
don't teach handwriting. They don't teach things that you need. And they don't teach multiplication.
Yep, Noelle.
Multiplication either. He couldn't get that.
Thank you, GanniJo. Yep, I wanted to make sure she got a flamingo pen, so I had sent her one. Yeah. Yes, her son took the other one.
I remember.
Yep. Even Mama just said, I remember putting that pen in there for when the live sale happened and we were packaging stuff up. I tried using calligraphy pens. I couldn't do the, and I could never write with them like it was supposed to look. When I was in school, pocket calculators didn't exist. We used a scratch piece of paper to work out math problems. We had to do that too. But it's harder for me to do division on paper, but I can do multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Now, some of that I can do in my head, but you get to division, no. It's math was not my strong suit in school. I had better grades and everything else than math. What? The year I graduated high school, 84, that was when they introduced their first computer class. They were big dinosaur computers with long backs. It shows how old I am. I was in school, you weren't allowed a calculator. Yeah, our math teacher wouldn't let us have calculators.
We didn't even have calculators.
Well, we
no
did
such
in our time, but if she saw a calculator out, she'd take it. Yeah, we'd get in trouble. And we had to share computers. 3 people to 1 computer. My calligraphy set growing up would always ink barf. Do you want me to come put that in there for you?
No, I'm just going to use one.
Let me go put something in the mixer for her. I'll be right back. There's a certain way. Just no, it was backwards. Okay. She was having problems getting, she's using a mixer and the what are those called? The beaters would not go in. And she don't have much of a grip, so I had to go and shove it in the mixer. Let's see.
Can I make noise for a minute?
She's going to turn on the mixer, so if you hear noise, that's what that is. Oh, that's not too bad. Too loud. I don't think so. Class of 84. Flower Tammy says. Kendra is class of 75. Marveled over calligraphy. Wanted to give it a whirl. I tried. I couldn't get it to look halfway decent. Pam Hunter is class of 80. I bought a calligraphy set of pens with a drop in tubes about 2 months ago, and now my hands shake, kind of like little trimmers. So much for that. Oh, that was Diane that said that. But GanniJo, my grandmother. Yeah, said she had watched one of your videos and said that, remembered about the trimmers. Oh, it just jumped. Okay. I've dealt with trimmers for a few years also. Live on it, not love on it. It's okay. I'm used to all these new things happening. If a day passes by with no new medical issues, I worry. Oh, I would rejoice if nothing was happening. Have to make soup real fun. Having soup. Oh, when having soup. Yeah.
Whoever just said that rejoices.
I did.
No, it's rejoices something.
Her comment, I feel like I'm fixing to sneeze. She says, if a day passes by with no new medical issues, I worry. I said, if you have a day that you don't have a problem, you should be rejoicing.
It's a
is
blessing.
what I said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when you get past a certain age, you can pretty well count on something not cooperating when you get up out of bed. Something is going to fall down, fall off, not work, hurt, bleed, fall apart. You just have to fight it. Make bread.
This is big brain. Karen JSP says, for calligraphy, make lines wavier can be part of the design. Just be aware of the knob angle and get thick, thin thing going on. I play with it, just got better. Set on Dale. Yeah, I do understand that, Pam Hunter. Pain is a part of my daily life too, so I get that. I go to doctor next week. I want to know why I have them. I've noticed have a stumbling issue. I don't get dizzy or anything, just lose my footing. And no, she didn't start a channel. She hasn't. Oh, a new set on sale. Okay, I get you, Karen. Exactly. But yeah, I'm at that age for sure. Fall down, fall off. I was always told I had fancy writing, and my son-in-law wanted me to paint his business words on his work truck for him. What an honor. Aw, that is so cool. Hi, Summer. Welcome in. I need to invest in a help I've fallen and I can't get up button. You know, there's this thing we bought my aunt. It's like a little keychain sound alarm, and you pull and it makes a like really crazy loud noise. That might help. Yeah, I hope it's nothing serious too. Desi says, I hope you find answers, but I sure hope it's nothing serious, Diane. Hi, Cindy Lulu. Welcome in. My dad called it the age of repair. Karen JSP says her dad called it the age of repair. Some things, what she's saying is some things you can't repair, they just don't work. Yeah, I bet it is annoying, Diane. Or past the age of repair, yes. Desi says, or past the age of repair.
That's what I'm saying. We need to have a mechanic shop. We can just drive in mechanic and say, shop. Fix everything.
Mechanic shop for old age. Yeah. Summer says the age of disrepair might fit better. Diane says, I'm at the stage of the age of where the heck did my warranty go? Or where did the warranty go?
Well, the warranty wears out when you're about 50.
Mama says the warranty wears out about 50. Million-mile tune-up can't hurt at this point. We actually got we got our mower back, and there was nothing wrong with it. It was a stuck flywheel.
I knew it was going to be something simple. I just didn't know about that.
Aw, thank you, Desi. Yeah, I wear this quite often, and I love the I wear the eyeshadow that goes with it. So
Hence the reason for my baking.
yeah, she's actually baking for the people that picked up our lawnmower, because we have been dealing with since October of last year. It wouldn't start. We replaced the spark plug, the fuel filter, the air filter, checked the gas, and we thought it was a gummed up carburetor. Come to find out, it was just a stuck flywheel. So at the top of the engine, he says, just turn it and then turn it back. And I'm like, really? And he started it right up. I'm like, what? But good thing they didn't charge us. So she's baking a bunch of stuff to take to them tomorrow. 6 cakes. Let's see. I thought 50 was the new 40. My body goes snap, crackle, pop all day long. Mine's getting there. I'll move or squat or sit in one place for too long and then stretch out and go pop, pop.
And when it won't pop is when it hurts.
Yeah, when you don't get it popping, that's when it hurts too.
Terrible.
My medical provider called me and asked about my extended medical warranty. Somebody called here the other day and it said wireless caller, and I knew it wherever they said they were from. I knew it wasn't really them, so I jumped on them. But that made me think of like when they, extended car warranty. Yeah, when I know it's a scammer or a spammer that's trying to call us on the phone, I chew them out. Stop calling this house, you effing scammer. We know you're not from Medicare. It says wireless caller, right? So I blast them. And then they quit calling for a few days at least. Let's see. I made mention once before on her blue. I said she makes the blue look good. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I usually gravitate toward blues and teals. It just jumped. Definitely. Cindy, they lied. Thank you, Cindy Lulu. My mom was upset when the hospital several times. Please be careful if falling, everyone. Healing becomes harder. Yep. I have heard that. My mom asked me that last weekend. She goes, I still am sore from when I fell. And I said, well, Mama has said that the older you get, the longer it takes to heal. And so she just couldn't figure out, why she was still sore. And I said, well, you are getting older. Diane says, I wish I had Miss Pat's energy or a little of it at least. Well, she did just get up from like a 2 or 3 hour nap, but she didn't actually sleep all the time. She just laid down and watched TV and then maybe slept a little bit, but
I'm in there trying, it takes me an hour just to get in the mood to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And then it takes me an hour to wake up. So that's 2 hours right there. I'm just in there trying. And I might get 20 minutes sleep, which is good.
Yeah.
But I have to do this.
Gotta get it poppin'. My new mantra. Yes, we need and want Pathfinder G. You mess with the scammers too? Okay, 6:30. I gotta go take some medicine here in a minute. Oh, you fun with the phone calls. Oh, it jumped again. As soon as I can get to the bottom of the chat, we are going to draw the entry winners. Easy fix is always appreciated. It really is really your color for sure. Aw, thank you. I did discover that just hyaluronic acid supplements help a lot for joint issues. Huh. Make the goat scream in their ear. I didn't think about that. I have this like repeating toy, okay? And you hold down a button and you say something and it says it back in this high-pitched voice like this and really fast. I used to put the phone on speaker and press that button, and as soon as they start talking, they hear themselves back, and half the time they'd hang up. We need to start using that again.
They understand their own self. I think it's hilarious.
Oh, you've got a scam email? I plan to post a short video about the scam email I got this week. Wow. Sometimes I have to take a nap, but most of the time I don't. Now, every once in a while, if it gets to the point where I can't hold my eyes open, I go nap. And usually I try not to sleep for more than 2 hours because it's about this time when I want to take a nap, you know? I'm like, well, if I don't get up at a decent time, I won't sleep tonight. When Lexi falls asleep for her nap, then someone will knock on the door and the dogs go wild.
That's another thing that you can't do when you after 50. You just don't sleep. So
Yeah.
you finally give up about 70 and say, okay, naps are a good thing. Naps save your life. So go ahead and take a nap. Don't fight it. Let it go. Because when you're tired, body's supposed to sleep. Because you can lay there all night. I can lay there all night sometimes and maybe sleep an hour or 2 or 3 if you add it all up. Not all together in a link. So if you can get a nap, take it. Do it. You'll be glad you did.
When the window app on your computer has a virus, I then turn on my Southern Belle voice and say, if my windows is that dirty, why don't you come wash them and I fix you a possum dinner? That's funny, Cricket. Ooh, deep fried pickles. Hi, Karen ABQ. Welcome in. When my chronic fatigue kicks in, there isn't any holding my eyes open, literally. So I drag myself to the bed, take a nap. Napsy. Yep.
Yeah. Take what you can get.
There's been times in the last 2 months that I've wanted to lay down and take a nap, and I'm like, no, Canella will. She's my cat, and I'm very careful about her being outside. I don't want her to get run over, or because she's strictly outside. So, and she's more used to the area now. She don't really roam or run off. She's supposed to be staying around the house because she's fixed, but I always worry in the evenings when I start getting tired. I'm like, I can't take a nap now. Canella's going to be up in like 2 hours. So, alrighty. Welcome in, truly amazing. But there are sometimes I just want to lay down and go nap and can't fight it. Yep. Or I'll get this feeling like in my chest, like heaviness in my, like my heart is pounding harder but slower, and then I feel drained, and that's when I know I need to go lay down and sleep. I mean, I have no idea what that is, but I don't think it's any, I think it's just lack of energy or something. All right, we are going to, my grandmother thinks I'm low in iron too. So. Always been low in iron. Okay. Let's see. Still trying to load the page. I don't know. I've never taken my blood pressure when it did that. I have no clue. If that does happen, it don't happen that often. But the next time it does, I'll take my blood pressure and see. Kittens keep running across the laptop, rewinding or reloading this on me. Oh no. All right, Friday Night Live. Trying to think. Yeah, next time it happens, it would, like I said, it don't happen that often, but if it does, I'll definitely check the blood pressure. I normally don't have problems with my blood pressure, but it, you know, it could be too low, too high, something. All right, I need a keyword. Momo says cake, so that is our keyword. C-A-K-E. Yeah, it could be blood sugar. Cake. We're drawing 15 names because we hit our goal, and so we'll do 15 names. 2 entries each. Now I want cake. 24, 26. Hi, Talia. Welcome in. 28, 29. That's pretty much everyone here. Yeah. Well, it says we have 40 here. I know one is my computer. So that's almost, there's a couple of lurkers, I guess. And there's Mandy Longvine. Welcome in, Mandy. Yeah, I see 40 also. We got 31 now. Somebody said they were watching from their TV also. That might be another one. Sally says, come out, wherever you are. Talia says, hi, Diane. Hey, Diane, make way. Talia is here, laughing. LMF, LMAO. Oh, and Cindy's watching from her TV.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're watching from your TV and another device, if it will count as two, unless it's a different account. Could be. Or if you're not signed in on the TV. You know what I mean? Hi, Vicky Oodles. Type in the word cake. Oh, you already did. Never mind. I just saw that.
Lagging.
Well, we got 33. Hi, Sharon. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I'm going to call you Sharon C. I hope that's okay. Welcome in. I would think if it's the same account, it would only count as one, you know. I tried that once on the TV. It seemed odd. I'm so used to seeing on my phone. Yeah. It does count as two devices. No, I meant like two separate views. Like it says there is 41 watching. So, you know, does watching from the TV count as 41 and then watching from a phone count as 40? You know what I mean? I have no idea how that really works, but welcome in, Sharon. I'm glad you could make it. If you have not yet, please enter the keyword cake. We are drawing entries for every live that I do entries for the monthly giveaway. And I'm drawing 15 names tonight. Pulse meter, thermometer, glucose meter, the 4 meters to carry with you at all times, even at stores. You might help save time if you witness a medical emergency as well. I did once. Thank you, Summer. My Samsung TV is linked to my Samsung phone. Well, that makes sense. It just let me give another thumb. I don't know. Cindy. 35. All right, we are going to give it about maybe 30 more seconds and then we're going to start drawing. Still at 35. Mimi, Tammy, have you been here? Have you entered the keyword yet? Yeah, you were watching on your TV. Never mind. Maybe was having a stroke while driving because I had a pulse BP saved critical minutes. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Glad you helped her. All right. Still at 35, so we are going to draw. So good luck, everybody. Here we go. All right. My phone is at 23%. I think that'll be all right. All right. Good luck. Here we go. First one is Mateo. Mateo Rivera. All right. Congrats, Mateo. Next. Good luck. Scary. Oh, about what happened to the lady. Yeah. Melanie J. Congratulations, Melanie J. All right, next, good luck. Michelle J, Crocheting Dog Mom. Congrats, Michelle. There was a 20% chance or 40% at 7 or 6. It's already past 6. All right, number 4, good luck. Our lawnmower is still in the yard. We never put it up yet. So, Diane Crane. Diana, not Diane. Diana Crane. No. Congrats, Diana. All right, next one. Good luck. Mandy Longbine. Congrats. Ten more to go. I can only go so fast. I have to write it down and draw. Momo says, go quicker. How can I? All right. Good luck. Here we go. Number 6. Talia. Congratulations, Talia. No, that's Lethalia. Talia, she's the one that sent us the nice Christmas gifts, that the lotion and the stones and the crocheted from Canada that Dee sent.
Canada?
Yes.
I love that stuff.
She loves it, Talia.
I love that stuff. Yes.
I use it every once in a while, but she uses it every day.
Just about.
Talia. Okay. Got you down. Congrats. Aw, that's your doggy. All right, good luck. Here we go. Number 7. Well, it's okay. I'd forget to. It's easy. I mean, it goes pretty quick. Like, I don't write Oodles&Caboodles. I write Vicky Oodles, and I know who it is. Good luck. Most everybody I have little nicknames for, like Sally Stevens. I usually write Sally S. Truly Amazing. I don't have a nickname for you, except I know your name is Teresa. Congratulations. I forgot what sound effect I was on. Kendra, I just write Kendra L. Kimberly A. Kim G is very easy to write, you know, very short. So the longer names I usually try to make a little thing. See, Sally Stevens, congratulations. All right. This is number 10. Good luck. Sent, not sent. Autocorrect. Cindy Lulu, congratulations. Congrats, Cindy. All righty. Number 11. I love the Screaming Goat too, Desi. It's my favorite. Karen JSP, congrats. Number 12. That was number 11. Okay. Number 12. Carol Lover. Congrats, Margie. All right, next. 3 more to go. Good luck, everybody. I forgot to say good luck, I think. Diane Major. Congrats, Diane. All right. Number 14, good luck. Suzanne Goulet, welcome in and congrats. All right, last one. Good luck. Hi, Positively Yarntastic Heidi. Noel. Congratulations, Noel. All right. Welcome in, Heidi. We are actually wrapping up the drawing.
You don't want to laugh?
What?
It was already raining and my butt is wet. I just had to pull it in the garage. I didn't have time to get it out to the. Oh.
I'll go and do it.
No, not. Ooh, plus the timer already went off. I got wet cake and a wet butt.
Aw.
Oh.
Desi, I'm sorry you didn't get drawn. You can call me Heidi. Okay, well, welcome in, Heidi. I'm glad you could make it. I haven't seen you for a while, so I'm glad you could make it, but we're wrapping up. I go live every Tuesday and Friday, different times. Fridays are about this time. Aw, thank you, Vicky.
And it was cold.
So anyway, I'm gonna go and put that mower in the shed where it's supposed to go, but I hope y'all all have a good weekend. I draw winners tomorrow on, what video was that on? The winner video. The last winner video I did, I draw winners from that one. Aw, thank you for Desi. Aw, Vicky, that is so sweet. See, you got cake, Desi, from Vicky.
It was sweet.
Yes, it was sweet.
Well, there you go. You got a sweet thing. There you go.
All right, Desi. Is your, let's see. Desi crochets. Okay. Got you down. Thank you so much, Vicky, for doing that for her. All righty. So y'all have a good weekend. Take care. Stay safe. Like I was saying, go and watch that winner video. I draw winners tomorrow. I think Tuesday is my last live of the month. And there's still time to comment under the April monthly giveaway video if you have not put your comment over there yet. So have a good weekend, and I will see y'all later. Take care. Stay safe. Much love to y'all. Bye for now, y'all.